Dom, you can't do that every time we about to get ready to start the show.
Hey man, shout out to Afro Man fam.
Yeah, man.
We on the bed. All right, I'm chill.
Nah, keep going.
I mean, we are on StreamYard, but I ain't gonna do that to the masses.
Say Afro Man got to be one of the like funniest rappers. Like he got to be up there.
I'll easily
He's pure comedy to me, man. I love it. I love it.
shout out to Crazy Rap too.
Yeah. Good evening, most sports talk. We're in the building. Hope everybody had a fantastic week so far. Tomorrow is Friday. BMO, Dom, Hendo. And before we get started, just like to let y'all know, over the weekend, I was involved in my first photo shoot. Oh, no, it ain't none of that at all.
Were you voguing?
Dun, 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 dun.
Bro, if I walked in to the BMO photo shoot and they play that movie, they play that music, they be playing that Express or like Gap, I'm leaving.
Oh, anything from Zoolander and all that.
Man, say.
But no, I ain't do all that vocal. But they did tell me, hey, just do some poses. We're gonna do multiple snaps, and just make sure that you're in the lighting and stuff like that. So it was two different backdrops. What I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Stoney, man. Owner of Fly Season. He's been hooking us up with the great gear. So he invited me. It was like, hey, do you want to come to this photo shoot? I'm like, okay, cool. So he was like, okay, well, bring everything that you have. I got stuff here. You're gonna be in it. I was like, what? I ain't expect all that. So, like I said, photo shoot went very good. I got some of the photos back, but the one that I sent to him is gonna wait to get edited. I'll show y'all some of them like later on, but yeah, y'all gonna probably laugh at me, but yeah, first photo shoot, man, that was crazy.
That's what's up, though, B.
That's what's up, dog.
Yeah,
like
man.
So you didn't do the
I think that probably would have told me to leave. I did all that. Like, nah, I ain't do all that, bro. You know what? I should have trolled and did it. But I didn't do it. I kept it simple. Y'all, I'll show y'all the poses I did. Y'all gonna laugh at me anyway.
Now that I think about it, Dom, Streets Rage 4 music do sound like that kind of music if you think about it. That first level?
Yeah, but no matter what, though, I still listen to the menu music at least once or twice a day because that menu song is just, yeah.
And the first level music?
The first level music.
Yeah.
I got that on my phone.
Yeah,
I typed it in the search in Apple Music. I promise, like all the stage music is on Apple Music, bro.
And by the way, if you're a vinyl collector, there's a site that shout out to T Hall. He has a site that he found that sells the vinyl. It's like 40, it's a limited edition vinyl. So I'm gonna get
that. I saw that. We may have to do a segment. We may have to do a segment about that, man. Like video game background music.
Oh yeah, that can be.
We may have to get that started, man. I'm telling you, man, that's gonna be dope. But shoot, let's go ahead and get started with the first topic, man. As we got, NBA offseason is afoot. They already announced the new NBA season, 72-game season. And again, just like the bubble, they have a play-in towards the 8 seed, the 7 through 10 seed teams. And they're going to announce the first 40 games at the first half. The All-Star break I think it's like March 5th to the 10th. So they already announced that. So before the season starts, of course, we got NBA free agency. NBA free agency begins tomorrow. But before that, we had everything that was going on as far as like the trades and everything before the NBA draft. Just want to read off some noticeable ones, that we really just noticed going out throughout the week. First one was, Oklahoma City. And they want to be, Sam Presti want to be the next Danny Ainge and hold all these first round draft picks in his pocket, just, shaking them in his pocket like loose change. But I guess he felt the need of getting more and even letting go some. Even while letting go of some of the first round picks, he still got some first round picks back. So, the first trade I did want to notice was, of course, Oklahoma City, and we had the Chris Paul trade as he goes to Phoenix, and Oklahoma City got back Kelly Oubre, Ty Jerome, Ricky Rubio, and a 2022 first round pick, which I thought that was pretty cool. I was kind of surprised of them giving up Rubio and also giving up Kelly Oubre, but even though me and Hendo did have sights on Kelly Oubre, but we will get to him later on because he's about to get moved again. And also another trade that we did notice was, the Pelicans and the Bucks, as they're trying to make their case of trying to keep Giannis to stay there. And by the way, with Giannis, if he wants to sign the Supermax deal, Dom, he has until December 21st, which is my son's birthday. So he has until December 21st to sign the max deal, the super contract, to actually, if you want to stay with the Bucks. If not that, he can just play this season and he'll be available, for free agency with his final year on his contract. But the Bucks, they did get Drew Holiday, which was also under me and Hendo's radar again. A lot of players on our radar, they're already gone. And the Pelicans, they get back Eric Bledsoe, George Hill, and 3 first-round picks. 3 first-round picks. Man.
Price you pay.
That's price you pay, man. We're going to talk about these picks in a minute because they've been handing out picks like free cheese, like it don't matter anything, sort of like Bill Belichick and the Patriots. They don't give a damn about draft picks either. We got the Lakers getting Dennis Schroeder from Oklahoma City, which they get a number 28 pick, and also Danny Green. We'll get back to Danny Green in a minute because he's not done moving around. And also killed the Mark Morrison music down for Ricky Rubio, as he's already been traded. He is going back to the Timberwolves, in Oklahoma City, getting the number 17 pick and the number 28 pick in the draft that was from last night. So, like I said, a lot of moves going around. Also killed the Mark Morrison music again for Trevor Ariza, as it will be going to back to Houston. Portland will get Robert Covington from Houston. And just seeing how Robert Covington, that was 2 first-round picks they got from Robert Covington, right?
Yeah. I want to say, 2, yeah.
Yeah, so, you know what I'm saying? Houston, I don't know what the hell they trying to do. You know what I'm saying? So, what are they trying to do? Hopefully they get everything done. Daryl Morey is not there. Harden and Westbrook, they don't like the new owner because of the person that he believed in, the former president of the United States. So they using that as a crutch to be like, okay, well, since he supports him, we don't want to be here. Even towards the fact of Harden turning down $50 million a season not to play for the Houston Rockets. So, regardless of all that, man, we'll just see how that's going to turn out. Austin River, he opts out. He becomes an unrestricted free agent. And you got Gordon Hayward opting out his $30 million final year of his contract in Boston. He will become a free agent this Friday. So you had like it's names out there, there's people out there. But let's go ahead and move to the NBA draft. And first off, congratulations to everyone that got drafted last night. I love seeing everybody get drafted. I love to see the tears coming from the players. But ESPN, can we please stop with these sad stories after these players get drafted? I get it. Everybody has a sob story. Everybody has a story to come up with. But, I'm already happy as it is for these young guys. But, all of a sudden, they just put the mood all the way down the ski slope and just make you sad right all over again. Go ahead, Hendo.
So I'm gonna get one for you. So this is not like any player that got drafted. They'll say, "Oh man, he has so much up." All right, Don, play along with me. So he has a lot of upside, right, Don?
Yeah.
Oh man, so skill wise, he's amazing. But let me tell you a story about this kid. He was ran over by a car at the age of 1, and he lost his leg, and he came back, and then he got shot by some dudes in a bad drug deal. They do all this extra stuff. It's just too much. And it's something it's okay to not have a story about how bad they are, or even just say, hey, he had a good upbringing or something like that. You ain't gotta. Everybody don't want to talk about that sad story. I get it. Y'all want to polarize that.
Or you can just keep it the dang basketball court. Yeah, I mean, I don't care about how he grew up, man.
Talk about his hobbies.
Exactly. They show their highlights package, and they do the little virtual interview, from ESPN, showing them talking to them. Stop. Go to the next person, please. Go to the next person. Keep it at that. But so shout out to everybody getting drafted. Shout out to Lonzo Ball not looking so happy when he found out that that LaMelo was drafted going to the Charlottes. So now he has a chance, Hendo, to play against the GM and troll him. Finally got a chance, to play against MJ. You know what I'm saying? Your son is playing on MJ's team. But honestly, like all jokes aside, man, I mean, I think that's a real good pick for them. You know what I'm saying? Melo going over
Yeah.
there. Dude is already 6'6", 6'7". You know what I'm saying? Another a tall point guard, great passer. You know what I'm saying? His offense is not all the way there yet. I think that'll develop. But I also like his defense as well. So I think that's a real nice pick for them.
Oh man, I think it's impressive. Like you said, Mike finally probably got one right after not drafting the 7-foot white guy like he always does. Mike, you had no choice. Like if they had took like Patrick, look, I'm not saying Patrick Williams gonna be bad or like any of these guys that got drafted, but if you just skip LaMelo Ball, he's clearly one of the three best, projected three best players in this draft. I would have went crazy. I like the move. That means Terry Rozier may be on the hot seat. I hate to say that because that's BMO's guy. But I like that backcourt with Devontae Graham and LeVar Ball. I mean, not LeVar Ball, LaMelo.
Should have been most improved player candidate.
Yeah. Devontae Graham is unreal. And like I said, you throw that with Miles Bridges in the mix. I think that's a good young nucleus that they can start with. Obviously, playoffs may not be in their future anytime soon, unless case they make a big trade for someone. But I'm glad they made the right pick. Like you said, the first three picks were kind of like sort of situational.
Situational.
But I guess we'll talk about Klay Thompson in a minute because I thought maybe the Warriors would have entertained LaMelo considering what happened to Klay. And we don't know severity of Klay's. I think Klay will be fine because shooters can shoot regardless. But I do understand that Achilles may be different for a guy like him. So everybody reacts different to it. But I like the pick, man. It's just funny because LeVar, it's like the best thing that could have happened. LeVar Ball had talked so much crap about Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan. Yeah, his sons got drafted by these two dudes. And I think that is an amazing thing, man. So one time for LeVar, man, I know that a lot of times people get on him about his parenting, but, he got two sons drafted in the lottery. Not just two sons that play in the NBA. He got two sons that got drafted in the lottery. And I think LaMelo's going to be a great pro. I think all these kids are going to be great pros. It just comes down to who's going to be the elite ones. None of us know for sure. But, yeah, man, Charlie finally looked like they got one right. Because, look, we all, like Dominique brought up the story about the Justice Winslow 5 picks trade, and Jordan told him no, and he drafted Frank Kaminsky in the same draft. Because we're so used to MJ doing that. Like, maybe because I think we need to give credit to Mitch Kupchak, because Mitch Kupchak is now the GM over there. So maybe Mike didn't have really I mean, I'm pretty sure he had the final sample approved, but I'm pretty sure Mitch told him, like, look, bro, we ain't drafting no more 7-foot white boys. Because think about it, we can go down the list. He done drafted all the Zellas, I think. Byron Mullins.
The Kaminsky's.
The Kaminsky's. He done drafted he done drafted all these white guys, and none of them panned out. So yeah, Dom, what you think, bro?
I mean, draft was cool. Not gonna lie, kind of forgot. I was gaming a little bit, no lie. And plus, you know how it goes on Wednesday. It's double screen wrestling night, so I was getting. But I did see Orlando did draft Cole Anthony, so I'm cool with that. I mean, he is an actual guard that can, get his own shot. I feel like he's very underrated as a rebounder though, because he's not really that big, but like for somebody his size though, he's good at rebounding and he's willing to play defense. So it'll be interesting to see kind of how like him and Fultz, kind of direct that. But I mean, like I said, shout out to the Ball brothers. I also found it funny that on the Masked Singer, Lonzo was unmasked the very same day that his brother got drafted. So I found that real interesting how that all worked out. But yeah, man, I'm happy with who Orlando drafted. So hopefully it all works out. So yeah, I'm looking forward to what happens next and trade Aaron Gordon.
Cole Anthony, son of Greg Anthony. Shout out to Spike Lee randomly being there out of nowhere. Like, did y'all see that shit? Like,
yeah.
There towards the right, he just jumps up. I was like, damn, Spike Lee doing there. But shout out to Cole Anthony, man. I think he's gonna be great for you.
Yeah, man, I like the pick a lot. Congratulations to Cole Anthony. Congratulations to all of them. Like I said, last night was great to see a lot of these young dudes, especially the locals. RJ Hampton goes to Denver. Tyrese Maxey. I was in the conference call. Me and Bimo were circling out of conference calls. Speaking of that is the weirdest conference. It was like you go through one conference room to another. But I ended up talking to Tyrese Maxey, and just great to see his situation. Both of these guys go to winning teams. One goes to Philadelphia, one goes to Denver, so they can learn behind some of the best point guards in the league. So I'm excited to see what those guys do. There really wasn't no surprises last night for us like picks. I was shocked that Desmond Bain got
Right.
he didn't get it. But I'm gonna say this: Memphis needs to get a pat on the back. Memphis has been doing some good things in this draft for the last 3 or 4 years. I mean, when you're talking about Ja Morant, Jaren Jackson, now they got Desmond Bain from TCU, who I think is one of the best shooters in the draft. It's amazing, man. But yeah, like I said, we'll talk about our local team. Like I said, Josh Green. I'll lob it back to Bebo on that. But Josh Green, obviously 3D guy, defensive guy, Mavs needed that. I know people have blown up my phone and Twitter and social media today because obviously there was a big trade with the Mavericks, which we'll get into about that later. But yeah, I was impressed with the draft last night. It's just good to see these kids get an opportunity, man. Like, I guess now that I'm getting older, it looks a little different now. I hate that we in 2020 COVID situation where they couldn't walk across the stage or had a moment, but yeah, man, dope moment for them. Nothing crazy outside of the lady in the
Nashiki,
in the ilk, and I'm pretty sure our man's Umar was not thrilled about that. Of course,
I mean, that was his mama though. So
yeah, it's
I
T. Jones,
mean, that's his mom.
But Dom, Umar is the ultimate. Like,
Yeah, I mean, he's him, but I'm just saying that's his mama though. Now the gear, that's another thing, but
yeah,
the gear is a discussion.
Yeah, that's the problem. I don't think it's the mom, it's the gear. Because when I looked up, I had to look. I thought it was fake. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm stupid anyway. I was like laughing the whole time. And I said, no, she don't. But yeah, man, that was one thing. But I like the Killian Hayes pick from Detroit as well. I think he's going to be a good pro. Not very underrated. And a lot of questions about him. Also, one fun fact before we get into this Mavericks thing real quick. I don't know if you guys know this, but in the second round, the Charlotte Hornets drafted Vernon Carey Jr. If you guys know, Vernon Carey played in the NFL. His dad. Vernon Carey, me and him had a nice one-on-one, and I talked to him. Huge 2K fan. He has his own Twitch channel, so he's a huge gamer. Hopefully all of us connect with him soon on that. I'm very happy for him. That's unique, son that played, daddy played football, and he's a big boy, by the way. He's a big boy. So, yeah, I'm happy for him. A lot of Arizona Wildcats last night got drafted, too.
Yes.
Yeah, it was like 4 or 5 of them, bro. Like, I was like, this 1999 or something? It might be them coming out the draft or something, because, my God, it was Arizona players everywhere. Shout out to Don's favorite situation, the ginger, Nico Mangan, gets drafted by the Warriors. Yeah, I was happy for that one, boy. I got that interview in a minute, boy. Shout out to Nico, man, going to the Warriors. So he's in a unique situation now, obviously, with the Klay Thompsons. But yeah, I love the draft, man.
Love the draft. I really love how everything went down, and also everybody towards their favorite teams. They want to see, a lot of moves being happening on draft day, which we did see some moves that happened on draft day. One move before we get to our squad is, Philadelphia, because it feels like, of course, Daryl Morey, he's the new GM there. But for all the moves that was already made last night, I'm pretty sure Elton Brand was like, hey, man, hold my beer. So I'm glad you're here. Cool. But, hey, let me go ahead and make these moves. Unloading Al Horford, that 3-year and $69 million that he got left, sending him to Oklahoma City, and getting Danny Green, and Ferguson also in the mix, and a first-round pick. I thought that was pretty smart of them because, it just didn't work. It didn't work at all with him and Embiid. And so now he goes to Oklahoma City, which I wish they would have got him 2, 3, 4 years down the line already. They kind of too late for that. But at the same time, he goes down there. Oklahoma City going to take care of the rest of that money and get these other draft picks. But picking up Danny Green, picking up another shooter going to Philly, also getting Ferguson also as well. That's pretty good for them. But one surprising thing that I was surprised about, which it comes to, of course, the Dallas Mavericks, where we see them, besides Luka, besides, Dennis Smith Jr., just see them just go through these first-round draft picks and just pick them up, send them to the G League. Then all of a sudden, they're two-way players, and all of a sudden, they're not on the team anymore. They may be picked up by another G League team, or they're just not going to just touch the floor at all. But Mavericks with the number 18 pick. They did get Josh Green, as Hendo has also mentioned. Guy from Arizona, 6'6", 210. You know what I'm saying? Two-way player. The number 31st pick, they got Tyrell Terry, which is from Stanford. 6'2" guard. And they also, with the number 36 pick that was coming up, they decided to make a trade. And one of our good friends, Mark Followell, gave me the inside, information about it. He was like, hey, Mavericks aren't done yet. I was like, oh, what's going on? He was like, hey, he just said Josh Richardson. I was like, huh, okay, cool. So found out, the Mavericks traded for Josh Richardson, for that 36 pick. But unfortunately, it comes with a price because Mavericks do need perimeter defenders. And it did come with a price of losing, Seth Curry in the mix. You know what I'm saying? So Seth Curry went to Philly for Josh Richardson and for the 36th pick. And with the 36th pick, the Mavericks picked up Tyler Bay from Colorado. 6'7", 215, great rebounder, great defender, 7-foot wingspan. You know what I'm saying? It's a good guy. Pac-10 Defensive Player of the Year last year.
Did they have a bad story? Did they have a bad story about him? Like a sad story?
No, they didn't. It was kind of like, he didn't have one. It was all like the first 30 picks. All had like bad stories.
That's what they do. Also,
after that, after the 30th pick, everything was just like, you know what I'm saying? The deputy commissioner come out there, they select such and such, highlight reel, a few little thoughts from Jay Will and everybody and Jay Bayless. They go to the next one. They didn't do that with them. So, of course, me seeing Seth Curry, leaving this team, I was like, why would you trade away one of your best and most efficient offensive guys pretty much coming off the bench? But also at the same time, I had to sleep on this. Like I really did. Because I didn't want to see this happening, knowing how good and how efficient Seth is and how much the Mavericks need the offense. But at the same time, me and Hendo, what we've been preaching about all the time, they can't stop no damn body. No. Especially on the perimeter. Perimeter three-point defense is bad. It'd be like the worst in the league almost every season. And so them getting Josh Richardson, which Hendo did an incredible interview with him speaking on Luka, and all of a sudden now you're playing with him. And also my interview as well, as we were discussing, him talking about Dirk, his final season, how much he played with Dirk on 2K, and one of the greatest big men that he ever seen play. Like I said, him being with the Mavericks. So Josh Richardson, very great guy. He can score also as well, but he's here most for defense. Also picking up Tyler Bay, Tyrell Terry, and Josh Green, with Tyrell Terry being to me, a very, very good shooter coming out of Stanford. Seth Jr. Yeah, pretty much Seth Jr. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people sending me stats saying he's shooting like 58% off of screens and stuff like that. And I was like, man, that's amazing. And also with Josh Green, coming in, great wing defender, not scared to guard 3 to 4 positions. Tyler Bay also the same way, not scared to guard 3 or 4 positions, coming out of Colorado. The only thing that gets on my nerves, Hendo, every single season, let these kids play. You have to go young. You don't have a choice right now. Let these kids play. And right now, even though with the information that I found out, unfortunately, I think it was like it's Tyler Bay. Carlisle already said today they're going to already make him like a 2-way contract.
Yeah, he's not ready. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Okay, that's fine. He's not ready. But at the same time, it's like, okay, if you're going to do all that, finish up this roster, whatever that you're doing, start tomorrow. Because now you got a situation where Tim Hardaway Jr., he opted in, so he's coming back. You need that offense. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Well, he's here until whatever happens. So that's not a guarantee. Oh, that's damn sure not a guarantee. Because we can be doing a week in the gun tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Him opting in. Willie Cauley-Stein, he decided he opted out, so he's not coming back. No guarantee DeLon Wright is coming back. KP is not going to be ready till January, maybe mid-January. So a lot of this rides on Luka right now. It is his team, no doubt about it. But at the same time, your job and your goal is bring young players in that can play perimeter defense and shoot the basketball on drive and kick situations. Let these young guys get an opportunity. Stop holding on to old, retreading players. Man, you already know who I'm talking about. He has to go. Should have been gone. You got to move on, man. It's time to move on and make this team younger. With how Mavericks taking the Clippers to 6 games in the playoffs last season, that should already just let you know, hey, this team is really on the up and up. you have a 20-year-old player that's a top 3 MVP candidate. So with him from 16 years old to now, Hendo, already been in a winning mentality, winning attitude in Serbia, winning championships, winning MVPs. You better make this guy happy as fast as you can. Bringing all the young guys as much as you can, and all that talk saying bringing in a superstar here, and you're willing to trade anybody that's not Luka or KP, that needs to be shown tomorrow. Nobody on that roster is safe. Even with Donnie Nelson and me asking him, everything that went on, also with Carlisle saying that he's proud of the picks that he had got. But Donnie Nelson said exactly to me, they're not done yet. They're going to continue to improve this roster on both sides of the ball. So I'm really looking forward to them to do something tomorrow, which the way I feel every free agency and every time in the draft, I never have high expectations of them. But at the same time, with how they drafted these players and how everybody's roster situation is on that team, I do believe Donnie a little bit to saying that they're not done yet. And also, Hendo, shout out to new vice president of the Dallas Mavericks, Mr. Michael Finley, also as well. So he may be, in the mix also too in the front office making moves. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do tomorrow. Shout out to the picks that the Mavericks had got. Only thing I ask for is Rick, let them touch the floor, let them develop, and see how it works around with Luka and the other players.
Yeah, and real quick, I know everybody blew up my phone, my social media about Seth, because obviously me and Seth are pretty tight. I'm happy for Seth, number one. I'm not going to be the fanboy and get upset because they trade him, but I'm happy for him because he goes to a situation where he's going to get more jump shots, more opportunities. Obviously, Philly don't have a lot of jump shooters, not named Danny Green, because Ben Simmons ain't going to shoot a jumper. So Seth may have a starting situation there. He's going to go play for his father-in-law now.
Father-in-law.
Yeah, so that's going to be unique for him. But Josh Richardson, man, is a heck of a talent, 6'5", 6'6", can guard 1 through 3. He was averaging 18 points a game in Miami a year before he got to Philly, where he averaged 16. And Philly was just a mess last year. It didn't really work, but I'm excited for him. For me, it's very interesting. And I'll tell you guys off air, but I talked to a very close Maverick person that's involved with the organization. And they let me know off the rip. They got every team has that mid-level exception that's like $9 million. They plan on getting a big man with that. So obviously the story has been Serge Ibaka has come up. Paul Millsap. So I'm happy if they get any one of those guys just to add to the team, the roster. Yeah, man, DeLon Wright. I don't know if DeLon Wright will be here. Justin Jackson, Tim Hardaway, a lot of those guys. I don't think they'll be here after tomorrow. I mean, I like Tim. Tim is my guy, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, it's a very unfortunate thing because the team is trying to get better. And it's always a casualty of war. Like, we all have guys that we don't want to trade because we have personal ties to. Like, I'm pretty sure if Orlando traded Vucevic, Don will feel away. He has a personal tie to Vucevic. So, I think it's just sort of like it's an unfortunate thing, but I mean, I'm happy he's not going to a sorry team. Like I said, I like what they did in the draft. The Tyler Terrell Terry guy. He like I said, is a great shooter. The only issue with him is this: he's 6'2", y'all.
Yeah,
but he only weighs 150 pounds.
Another small guard.
Yeah, so they say he's a lightning rod. He can shoot from everywhere. He has range. So I mean, like I said, if you're planning on grooming him, that's cool. Josh Green's a guy that you can bring along slowly, especially when you got guys like Dodo and Josh Richardson, where he can learn from. So I like that scenario. Like I said, I like what the Mavs are doing. Hopefully tomorrow we make some great news. I'm not going to say I don't want any players, but I dread the idea that they're going to probably end up getting Gallinari. I don't know how that works, but we'll see. But I was hoping that they get Kelly Oubre. I think both of us, all three of us in this room, for our respective teams, would love to have Kelly Oubre. But it looks like he's going to another team. And like I said, it's going to be interesting. With tomorrow's going to be crazy. Like, people don't understand, free agency is going to be crazy tomorrow. Free agency and trades are going to be crazy tomorrow. I think this is going to be one exciting year. So one time for the Mavericks, man. But yeah, man, from a very important source, which I'm going to let y'all see who I'm talking about, who told me this. But Mavericks guy, they're going to use that money on a mid-level exception guy, the $9 million. The free agents going to be interested. Obviously, Buddy Hield keeps getting brought up, Zach LaVine, Oladipo, list goes on. So we'll see. I'm excited for them. Hopefully KP is going to be ready, but let's try to figure out what they're gonna do with some of these guys. And also, I hope the Mavs don't over prioritize. And I love Dodo and I love Maxey. We enjoy those guys, but I hope they don't over prioritize these guys, these reserve guys. So yeah, one time for the Mavericks, man.
Indeed, one time for the Mavericks, man. I'm looking forward to seeing what they're doing tomorrow and see, what everything brings to the table, because I never really been that. Cause like ever since them drafting Luka, I never been really having confidence in them with free agency moves. So with them even making the trade, to add stuff that's really needed. Granted it was set, but it looks like they are in the right direction towards like what teams do need. All right, time for some video game updates from the two GOATs of the video game world. That is my boy C. Hendo, my boy Dom. We have some matter of fact, let's start with the Watchdogs review and the Yakuza update from my boy Dom. Dom, take it away.
Yeah, so real quick, I beat Watchdog Legion. Shit was cheeks.
So somebody said that, bro.
Really?
I'm sorry, we sorry Ubisoft. We didn't mean that.
Yeah, I mean your other game that I got, is not. But this one in particular, I just feel like the story was just dumb. Like honestly, Watchdog 2 is the best one out of the three. Like I feel like they really took a step backwards with like the gameplay. Look, the general idea, it works for the most part about you being able to recruit anybody, and play as anybody. But it's not that simple, because just like with anything, with any game, even GTA, when you got to recruit somebody, what you got to do? A damn mission for them just to be able to recruit them. So you can go around and add anybody to your team, but there's gonna be a whole lot of missions you're gonna have to do just to be able to recruit certain people. And to be honest with you, they got like different classes and jobs. To be honest with you, the main ones that you really need is a construction worker, so you can summon like a drone and fly around the city, like a police officer, so obviously you can get in the police stations, and then like one for like the company that you're going up against. So as far as the story go, I'm gonna just drop a spoiler because I don't want none of y'all to waste y'all money on this. Even if you wait for Black Friday, I mean, whatever, that's on you. But so long story short, DeadSec, which as Hendo knows, is the group that you've been basically affiliated with since the first game. They got framed for blowing up, for setting off some bombs in London. Okay, typical, as you progress through the story, honestly, and y'all both know how I am when it comes to stories, I can kind of spot out and weed out stuff like real quick. So just fast forward to like 3/4 of the game, and the plot is to set off another bomb in London to frame them again, even though they already hate them for the most part anyway. For what? And then, yeah, this game had a worse ending than Mass Effect 3 before they even like. At the end of the day, I feel like I wasted my money playing Watch Dogs Legion. But on a positive note, though, Yakuza Like a Dragon is fantastic. I love the new protagonist Ichiban. He's a nice change of pace from like Kiryu Kazi, who you play with the other ones. Only because like he's more like eccentric. He has like more of a personality. But gameplay wise, it's fun. They switched it up from like the usual Yakuza formula, which is like a straight out brawler, and made it like more RPG based, so it's more turn based fighting now. You know what I'm saying? So, and when you think about RPG game, that's basically what Yakuza is. But yeah, I think I'm like in chapter 9. I don't know how many chapters it is at the end, probably like 13 or 15, considering Yakuza usually goes that far. But so far, I'm loving what I'm playing. They do have a new game plus mode. Like the old ones, they had what they used to call a premiere mode, which like you can still play the game, but you can't go through the story again. Like you can keep your stuff, but you can't like play none of the story missions again. But this one got an actual new game plus, so y'all already know I'm gonna run through that one more time. But I am definitely trying to beat this and Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which surprisingly Yakuza has kept me from playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So that's to let you know how much fun I'm having playing, considering y'all know how much I love Assassin's Creed games. But overall, though, like I said, the negative, Watch Dogs Legion is poop. The positive, Yakuza Like a Dragon and Assassin's Creed has been pretty fun so far. And another thing, Hendo, you would definitely love this. It is so many video game references and like cameos and stuff in Yakuza Like a Dragon. So it'll be
I
interesting to
heard.
kind of see how, like what you do and do spot at. If you feel like y'all follow me, y'all kind of seen like some of the crazy tag moves and fighting gameplay that I've been posting. So yeah, man. Great job, Yakuza Like a Dragon, because I am going to have to beat both of y'all before December because when Cyberpunk 2077 come out, that's all I'm playing for like the rest of these days.
Indeed.
But gotta toss it to the man, the next gen king, the uppity man himself, Hendo for the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. So take it away, sir.
Oh man! So while he was talking about Watchdogs, it just reminded me not to buy it. And he knows. If anybody knows, these two know that I beat Watchdogs the first week it always comes out. I have not bought Watchdogs Legions because the first day he got it, he started complaining, and they scared me because he usually doesn't do that off the rip. He's very good about holding that back, but I'm waiting on that. But yeah, next gen is here. Shout out to everybody who. If you haven't got one, definitely you'll be getting one soon. We know that's going to happen. More restocks to happen eventually. But yeah, y'all see it behind me, the PlayStation and the Xbox. That thing is huge. I don't know if y'all can see that PlayStation.
Yeah,
That thing is like a briefcase, like literally a briefcase. Like it's bigger than the X. To me, it's bigger than the Xbox One. That VCR looking thing, it's heavy. The Xbox is a lot smaller. The Series X, which is over there on the other side. But real quick. The controls are different on both now. I did a video about it, but definitely I want to show you guys as well. So here are both of the new controls for both consoles. You got the Series X, the PlayStation 5 DualSense, and you got the Series X controller. As you see, the PlayStation 5 controller is a lot bigger now than the Xbox controller. So I do like this. If I had to pick, I know a lot of people keep saying it's no way, but I love the technology of the PlayStation 5 DualSense. I've been playing Astro's Playroom. Definitely a game you got to play because it has a lot of features. Like, believe it or not, you have to blow into. There's a part where you have to blow into the controller to do certain things on the game, and it works. And you can feel the wind come out. That's the crazy thing. So, like, this game is top notch, man. I love this controller, but I still go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, I find it kind of funny that the PlayStation controller is white and the Xbox controller is black now, considering PlayStation has always been black.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of from the look standpoint. I don't like the white console. I never have. Even when I had an Xbox Series S, I wasn't a big fan of the white console. I love the black matte look on the Xbox. I wish PlayStation would do that. And then, like I said, it's a lot. Maybe they'll come out with skins or something like that to kind of defeat that. But it's going to be hard structurally. Once you see it in person, you'll see why it's going to be hard to put a skin on it because it has a lot of grooves in it. But yeah, both consoles are good. There is a lot of flaws. Like, look, anything that you buy technology-wise, whether it's an iPhone, Android, a Samsung, a Note, whatever you want to call it, any one of those devices you buy, it's going to mess up. There's going to be bugs and glitches. You just got to hope that you didn't get the one with them. I haven't had any issues with my consoles yet. I've had a game crash on me, but that happened on the Xbox One. As Dom will tell you, and Beam will tell you, you get a game that'll freeze up and crash on its own. Other than that, man, flawless. I don't hear the consoles a lot. They don't make that much sound. I will say this, boy, that Xbox up top gets hot. You can put your hand over it. If you're cold, it throws off some heat. It doesn't affect it. That's just how a PC will run. The back of the PlayStation does get hot as well. Other than that, man, speed times are pretty identical. I will say this. For PlayStation people, if you have a PlayStation 4 now, you will be excited at the fact that it takes about 10 minutes to download a big game. 10 or 15 minutes. It took no time. Where instead of you going to bed at night after you bought a 9 o'clock release and then you wake up next morning and it's finally done, you're going to enjoy that. So I thought that the only issue I got on both consoles is this. Xbox, like I said, let's get you play 2K like I do or Madden or something. They got games on there, but it's relatively boring. It seems like because it's not really like the Spider-Man of the world. Obviously I will play Yakuza or like some of these games that Dom has mentioned, especially Valhalla on there, but Valhalla. So like I said, that didn't be one issue. But on PlayStation, you literally only got like 680 gigs to work with after the updates and stuff. And if you only downloading 3 major games, you're pretty much done. at that point. So yeah, space is an issue right now on the PlayStation. I don't recommend plugging in your hard drive, your HDD hard drives, or whatever you want to call them, hard drives, because they may bring some bugs and issues. But I do like the fact that they've been proactive on updates and stuff and getting some of the bugs out the way. As you see behind me, 2K is in the background. I will say this: NBA 2K has been actually very good. I thought it would be a lot of issues. There's still some things on there that could obviously clean up, but for it to be a next gen game, and I know it's not the full next gen game, even though it is. A lot of things that we had issues with, I have not had issue with. The only thing I will say that like the city is going to be a little buggy because I think it's so many people and they're trying to figure out it's just 2K servers. That's always going to be an issue. Other than that, man, like I'm impressed with both systems. That dashboard, you probably gonna see me moving behind me, but the PlayStation dashboard is like amazing. It looks beautiful. It's in 4K, but that does mean you can take a lot of space. Whereas Xbox, Dom, honestly, if you're familiar with your dashboard now, nothing changed.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, it may have a few more features added to it. Yeah, man, I'm very impressed. But like I said, I love both consoles. This controller is huge. Like I'm very shocked at how big the PlayStation controller is. I do like the fact that the share button and the start button are like right there now, so they're easy to get to, like with your thumb instead of having to like, reach all the way over. Yeah, man, this controller is very interactive, man. Because you get like on the Astro Playroom, there's a part where you got to spin around like on a pole vault thing, and you got to do this with your controller at the screen in order for it to spin. You got to turn. You got to like when the racing games, you can have it turn like this, like an actual steering wheel.
Okay.
So I think that yeah, man, I'm very impressed by that. Like I said, I enjoy both consoles. I think that definitely if I had to pick one, I'm not biased, as everybody knows I love both. Get your hands on any one of them, but if you're wanting to play Spider-Man, which I have refused to play Spider-Man, I got it, but I have not played it yet. And the only reason why I'm just gonna get out the way. I just want to have a day where I can play it, or like a week or so, where I don't get distracted and play something else. Plus, opportunity to streaming it may be my best thing. I want to experience it, but I did go to a menu screen and it looked beautiful. The Miles Morales soundtrack is one of a kind, as you know. So yeah, man, some great gaming on this. Hopefully, both of the guys swing through in a couple weeks so they can check it out. You'll like it a lot. Like I said, the only thing is this: just be mindful, even with the next batch and the next batch and the next batch, there's going to be bugs. It's more technical bugs than hardware issue. I'm not worried about the sound. Mine don't make any sounds, but I understand the core wrap and all that stuff has to be heated up and move a certain way for these games to run that power. It's like having a PC. So, you're running a lot of power out of these systems. Like I advise people, just understand that it's going to make a little noise. Mine don't make any noise, maybe because I haven't used a disk drive yet at all, but yeah, man, just keep that in mind. But it's some great gaming. Enjoy it. More videos to come soon. Like I said, my guys eventually they'll both have their consoles and we'll be online because I love the new features with the groups and stuff that you can do on PlayStation and Xbox where we can sort of game with each other and sort of have the community, like our most SportsTalk community or the C-Handle or U4 Trip community kind of join in together and have a game night. So I think that's a big deal. But yeah, man, beautiful games, man. I've experienced 2K, some of these next-gen games. Call of Duty Cold War looks even amazing. It looks amazing. The storyline looks amazing in 4K. So if you got a 4K TV, don't worry about the 120 hertz. I know that's important. Some of these games do go 120, but if you got you a 4K 60 hertz TV, you can get you one pretty cheap right now because Black Friday sales at Walmart got something for $150, $200. Get you one. Yeah, man, it's the real deal. But I'm impressed. Like I said, get your hands on one of them. The other, I will say this: follow Fat Kid Deals. Follow all these links that I've been sending Dom. He'll probably repost later because they post up immediately, and you got to get in there and get to it. Have your card information ready. For my PlayStation Direct, as PS Direct has been a good site. As Sony's official website, people have been getting lucky, and their system's going to be there by December, the 1st of December. So yeah, man, just be on the lookout. Don't pay resale. I mean, I'm not trying to take money from the resales. Get your money, but if you can avoid not paying $1,500 for a console, which I would never do, don't do it. But yeah, man, get you one.
Indeed, good stuff, y'all. All right, let's move on to boxing. Where last week we had a very anticipated fight where we had Terrence Bud Crawford go against Kell Brook. And me going to a fight party. Shout out to our boy Monte, our boy Red, No Excuses Podcast, as they did invite me to the fight party. Everybody that was there, everybody expected this fight to go 12 rounds, simply because we all felt sorry for Kell Brook, but we did give him an opportunity and a chance to, kind of redeem himself. Hopefully, his face is cool, his eyes are cool, and he can last 12 rounds against Bud Crawford. But it didn't go that way. As the first 2 rounds, Hendo, I did give it to Kell Brook because he was very aggressive. He wasn't, Terrence Crawford, he is one of those fighters where he does like to wait and be patient. You know what I'm saying? And also he's very unorthodox also as well. And so you can kind of tell he was kind of just choosing and picking his spots. So he was kind of like reacting towards like whatever Kell was swinging towards him. But Kell was very aggressive the first 2 rounds. I gave it to Kell Brook the first 2 rounds. But the one thing that happened here though was at the end of the second round, a left cut started becoming glaring up under Kell Brook's eye. I was like, uh-oh, here we go with this. So the third round came up, and we started seeing Bud Crawford. He started fighting more, fight more southpaw. But at the same time, he was still taking his time. But Kell was getting to a situation like Kell even gave Terrence the cut, but he's so dark you couldn't see it. You know what I'm saying? All right, let me stop being like that. But like the third round, I gave it to Bud Crawford because he started being more aggressive.
That may be 3.
And, and it came to the point where Kell was reacting towards Bud, but it seemed like Bud was getting more in control. And something that me and Monte had pointed out was like the way Bud was moving his gloves around, because like it was kind of slow the first 2 rounds, but showing that he was getting more into it after the third round, his gloves started getting quicker and he started moving his feet a little bit more. So a lot of 1-2 jabs was coming out. Kell felt like he had the advantage because he was aggressive the first 2 rounds, which is cool. But at the same time, you never kept it up. And then Crawford was pretty much like, stop all that ring control that Kell Brook had and started making Kell Brook go to the ropes and start chopping on the ropes and start hitting him with combos. So I gave Bud Crawford that third round. 4th round came up. I was like, okay, cool. Both fighters are warmed up into it. It's gonna go 12 rounds, right?
Yeah.
I'd say about a minute and a half into the 4th round. I seen this right hand from Bud before, harder than this. Bud, I promise you, really just tapped Kell Brook. Then all of a sudden, you just seen Kell Brook kind of stumble and start going through like a little middle rope. And then here comes Bud Crawford. Man, here comes Bud Crawford, bro. I'm talking about the overhand right and 2 lefts to the face. Rep came into it. I'm like, okay, it's over, right? I thought he was done. No, ref didn't stop it. Why the hell didn't you stop it? Because that just gave more fuel to the fire for Bud Crawford to be more aggressive. Because that's all Crawford wanted from him. He stayed southpaw. Kell didn't want to come up and be the aggressor anymore. He was kind of waiting on Bud Crawford. You don't wait on a fighter knowing that he got great placement, fighting right-handed and fighting southpaw. You don't do that. And so me and Monte started laughing because his hands started going like this real fast. Like in the cartoons and boxers be doing, they do their hands real fast like this. That's what Crawford started doing. And so after the ref let them go again, I promise I didn't mean to laugh at this, but I seen like one of the nastiest overhand rights I ever seen in my life from Bud, bro. He landed on Kell Brook so bad. Kell went back to wobbling. Another right comes in, another left comes in, and the ref finally stops it. So, of course, Crawford wins in the TKO in the 4th round. We all had Terrence Crawford to win. I didn't have him winning this early at all. I was kind of like, not surprised, but I was like, damn, like, Kell had a game plan until, second round happened. He got hit in his damn eye. I was like, okay, well, here we go. And it didn't really last too long. Even after the fight, Bud was telling Kell, hey, man, all I was doing is waiting on your ass. That's all I was doing. Kell was like, wow. I'm talking about even after the interview, they was trying to interview Kell Brook. Kell could barely even talk. He was just asking them questions. He could even, even say anything after that. So it may be time for Kell to hang it up. But, all jokes aside, victory aside, Bud Crawford wins this. To me, I mean, pound for pound. I mean, I know there's a top 10, top 15 list every single weekend though, but under our boy Saul Alvarez, I got Bud Crawford number 2. I got him number 2. I mean, very good fighter to me. I'm pretty sure I know that your number 2 is probably different from mine, but right now everybody asks for him against Spence, which that'll be probably like the next, super fight that should be like highly anticipated. That should happen very, very soon. But I don't want to get to the point where this like the Floyd and the Manny situation. Like you can't wait too long on this shit. So whatever Bob Arum has to do and try to get this done, get it done as fast as you can. Manny Pacquiao, no, do not fight Bud Crawford. Y'all was gonna fight before this, but thanks to COVID, that didn't happen. So Bud had to fight Kell Brook. Manny Pacquiao, no, do not fight this dude, bro. Go back to doing politics and whatever that you're doing out there. Do not fight this guy. Next fight I want to see is, of course, Crawford against Spence. Spence got to go through Garcia, so we'll see how that's going to turn out next month. And I'm really looking forward to that fight as well. But shout out to Bud Crawford getting the W.
Yeah, man. Impressive fight for Terrence Crawford, Nebraska's own. Yeah, I thought this fight would have went a little longer because he has had some maybe not subpar performances, but he's had fights that have lasted longer than what we thought. Kell Brook is very hurt for like the physical part. You got to remember, he got one eye messed up by Triple G, and then he went to go fight Elroy, which Elroy almost lost that fight, and until the eye injury and the other eye happened, where he knocked his eye out almost basically. And for him to go in that ring and fight, you can tell he can't take those kind of blows anymore. Kell Brook's a great champion, great fighter. He had one of the best fights I ever seen in my life. With him and my man's, I can't think of his names right now, but he's on the Mayweather, the money team, but one of the greatest fights I've ever seen in my life. So yeah, one time for Kell Brook, but Bud Crawford for me is either number 2 or number 3. I do like Alexander Usyk, the heavyweight. Okay. He's undefeated. He's definitely one of my favorite fighters. Of course, he knows number 1 in my book as well. Yeah, Bud is a great fighter. I would like to see more fights with some of the bigger names at the 147. The Sean Porters of the world. Not so much Garcia because I don't know. Thurman, whatever. But there's a lot of talent at 147. So it's interesting to see what goes on, who moves up to 147 to fight. We'll see with this Spence fight, man, because the thing is this. We ain't seen Spence fight since the car wreck.
True.
So I know people are picking him to beat Danny Garcia as if Danny Garcia can't fight. But let's not forget, Danny Garcia was the best fighter in 147 at one time until he fought Keith Thurman and lost his belt. But he's been excellent ever since. So it's not going to be a slouch fight, and it wouldn't shock me if Spence lost the fight. And even though I think Spence will win that fight, we'll see. Because you're talking about skill and grace, 2 different things here. So, yeah, very impressive fight for Terrence Crawford. I'm happy for him. I don't think we should underestimate Manny Pacquiao. As much as I know it may not be I won't say a great fight, because look, nobody thought Manny Pacquiao was going to knock the hell out of Keith Thurman.
Keith Thurman, yeah.
That one, yeah, and Keith Thurman's supposed to be considered one of them. So, look, Pacquiao is an ageless wonder. He's probably the toughest competition that Bud Crawford's going to ever face if he were to face him next. That would be his toughest fight ever, even at the age of Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao still can fight. Manny Pacquiao still can move at a high speed. He throws punches at a high clip. So that, you want to talk about aggressiveness, he ain't got to worry about that with Manny. Manny going to come with it. So, yeah, man, I'm impressed for Bud Crawford. We going to see, man. Like I said, this boxing, we got a lot of good fights coming up in December. I'm just, I'm sick and tired of Bob Arum and them guys. And, going back and forth with all the politics. Let's just get the fight. If Spence wins his fight, that was his tuna fight. It's a good tuna fight. Danny Garcia is no chump. So I want to see the fight happen. Yeah, man, there's a lot of great fights. I will put Bud in my top 3. Maybe number 2. Like I said, maybe tomorrow I change my mind on Usyk, but Usyk has been dominant. If you watch him fight, he has been dominant, for say the least. And yeah, man, 147 got some good things, but also I know we didn't talk about him last week because we didn't have a show last week. But one time for Tank Davis, the work that he put in.
Yes, sir.
Javante knocked the dude silly. It's the next week. Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney on alert. Devin Haney, I love you, bro. I think you may be one of the best fighters in the world, but I don't know. if you should be fighting Tank. Tank looks like he's bigger than everybody. He hits hard. So one time for that. And yeah, man, I'm tired of seeing it. And look, I love Deontay Wilder, but I'm tired of seeing excuses for him about why he lost to Tyson Fury. Now he's saying the fingernails was an issue. I heard all kind of stories from him. So yeah, man, exciting fighting that's gonna be happening soon. But yeah, man, one time for Bud Crawford and Kell Brook. Prayers to you, brother. Quit while you can. And one last boxing thing, real quick. I was so happy to see this on social media. I don't know if that means he's going to come back. I doubt it. Maybe he's doing it to get in shape. But I saw a video and a photo of Andre Ward fighting. And look, everybody knows I have an affinity for Andre Ward. He is undefeated. He walked away as a graceful champion after knocking out Kovalev silly, just like Canelo did. And that will be my dream fight, Canelo versus Andre Ward. I don't know if Andre Ward can beat him now because he hasn't been in the ring in a while. But if it was Andre Ward in his prime versus Canelo, that would be my dream fight. And yeah, one time to see Andre Ward, who I love outside the ring as a commentator. So yeah, one time for Bud, man.
Indeed. All right, let's move on. In about 15 minutes, season 2 of Verzuz will be afoot. And unfortunately, one of the opponents backed out. I don't know how the hell he backed out. I don't know if he got paid to back out or whatever that happened. But
no, I think it was a good thing he backed out.
But something that, I mean, even with T.I. backing out, he even brought him on his podcast to even explain them squashing the beef and getting things together and this and that nature. So I'm still highly surprised this is going on. I honestly thought it was going to be virtual, but no. As our boy, you know what I'm saying, Guap is already talking noise about him. He already cleared the air. Yes, we're going to be in the same room together.
Snow Cone.
Snow Cone, you know, him and Snow Cone. So the social media stuff been going back and forth. He already said if Jeezy wearing that bullshit that he wore that album cover, I'm not going to do it. Even with Gucci, with numerous videos out, doing the splits 8, 9, 10 times in a row, Dom, you know, him showing how heavy he is, his antics, bro, like it's freaking hilarious. But season two versus we got, you know what I'm saying, Jeezy against Gucci Mane, and you know,
it's gonna get ugly.
It's going to get ugly. Like it's going to get like it's certain songs that they do not need to play. Well, I think more on Gucci's side that he does not need to play at all.
He better not play True. He better not play True.
And that's what I was about to mention. And knowing him, even though him posting that saying this is how Jesus is going to react if Truth is going to be played, you know what I'm saying? It's like he's egging it on already. I don't know what that conversation was about. I don't even know if they even had a conversation. I just kind of feel like they just going to go in his room and just say whatever, little fake, you know, hug and dap and whatever, a la Brandy versus Monica. But that's another conversation. I think that's what's going to happen. They're going to play their songs and probably roll up out. But as far as like the 20 songs and whoever's going to win this, of course, I got Jeezy winning this. He has more mainstream hits. He has the features and things of that nature. But Gucci is not no slouch. Mixtape Gucci can get him. Gucci mixtapes will get Jeezy very, very well. So I mean, you know, I might be as one of my favorite ones. You know what I'm saying? Even if you play So Icy, even though Jeezy was on that, you know what I'm saying? My Kitchen, like, there's a lot of songs that Gucci can play that can just, like, they go that mixtape route. It can happen. Gucci got features also as well. So he's not no slouch in that also either. But I feel like mainstream Gucci, I don't think he's going to hold up to mainstream Jeezy like that. Mixtape Gucci, hell yes. Even though, like, even one mainstream album that I love from Gucci Mane so much is The State of Roger Davis. You know what I'm saying? Me and Mook know that album very well. So if he plays that album, man, he got some hits on there, man. I mean, of course, you know, he played Wasted. That may be a winner right there. But that album right there can do it. But Jeezy also got, you know, Thug Motivation 101. Also the Recession. Recession, he can just play that just by itself. So as far as like this battle goes, if they gonna be in the same room and they can get along, cool. I appreciate that. I didn't want this to happen at all. People wanted to happen because they had beef, and the result of that beef resulted in something else that I don't want to announce on here, which that shouldn't be a reason why you want to see this. Because like Hendo said, it can easily get out of hand. I don't want it to get out of hand. I'm trying not to laugh, bro. Like I really don't want to get out of hand I mean, you know, Gucci been real goofy with this and being real funny with this, so that shows growth from him. But also at the same time, when that music hits you and certain attitudes, you know what I'm saying, and it turns into a pissing contest, Gucci can troll him and play that song, bro. And I don't want that crap to happen. I just want to see Jeezy's facial expressions every song that Gucci plays and vice versa. So, like I said, I'm looking forward to the music selection just by the music alone. I got Jeezy winning this one just because of the mainstream hits that he has. But other than that, I just hope both parties get along and just hopefully the verses will go all the way through.
Don.
I mean, I just want everybody to make it out without a bullet hole or a stab wound.
Thank you.
Yeah, likewise. I just hope that Jeezy can take the trolling because Jeezy done went too far, not too far, but I think he done messed with the wrong two trolls now. Obviously, we know the history between him and Gangsta Gibbs, and now he wants to go at Gangsta Gibbs and 50, the two most ultimate trolls on social media. Not a good idea.
And you released a song. You released a song before this verse even come out. Come on, man.
Yeah. Like I get it, Jeezy, but yeah, man. I hope this is celebrated for Atlanta. This is probably more for Atlanta culture. You can't think of two more Atlanta rappers outside of Organized Noise and that whole crew of people than these two rappers. So I think that it's gonna be a great thing. I think it's closer than what we think. Because Jeezy does have mainstream hits, but Gucci has a lot of hits that we would listen to more for us, like in the radio mainstream thing as well. So I do like this matchup. Hopefully they just get along, man, and we move past that. There were some casualties at war in this whole situation. So yeah, man, I just hope that they both overcome this. I'm worried because man, Gucci's in a different spot in his life. And that's what I'm happy about the most. Jeezy seems to be in it. Both of these guys are married now, establishing families and stuff. So we're gonna pray on that. So I hope that's well on them. But yeah, I'm excited. I don't know what's next, but I've heard T.I. Lil Wayne, so we'll see about that. I don't think that's a good idea at all because Wayne can play one song and it's over for him. He played more than one song. Stupid. Like it's not even fair. Like Wayne has to go battle Jay or somebody or Drake. Like
that's it. Them lonely too.
Yeah,
them lonely too.
Yeah. Like you're not gonna put him versus T.I. Like I get T.I., but T.I. sometimes is over talking himself.
T.I. turned into a little Bow Wow now, bro.
Yeah. Like he gonna use some big word. Plus, I'm kind of glad we don't have T.I. in the verses because they like to talk doing the verses. T.I. probably gonna use like 10 big words to describe a song that he did, and like we ain't gonna get what he said. So. Yeah, so one time for Jeezy and Guwap, man. Hope these guys are the better human beings tonight. We're not praying for anarchy, or we don't want anarchy, but we just know in these situations, most of the time meatheads don't prevail, and this is a pissing contest. And like I said, I think it's just good for the culture, man. So one time for Timberland and Swiss. I hope Swiss understands these dudes had beef and not just any rap beef. This was more than rap. So I hope he understands that because a lot of times when you're not from the culture, or not saying from the hip hop culture, but from the Southern culture, this is a big deal. Like if you had told me 2020 has been the weirdest year, I'm just gonna keep it real with y'all. Like obviously everything that's going on in the early 2020 with Kobe and everything going on. But my God, if you told me in 2020 that that Gucci and Jeezy would be in the same room, I'd have looked at you like you crazy. Like this would be like, I don't know, like what's a real bad rap beef? Like it would be insane. Like it would be insane. So yeah, man, I'm happy to see that they're gonna do this. Obviously we need to get off so we can go watch it. But yeah, good luck to them fellas, man. I just want to put a culture.
Gucci did 8 splits in a row in some foams, bro. Didn't care about scuffing them or nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? None of that, man. Like, he's happy about this. Like, he's ready for this. He's really ready for this. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to it, too. All right. End of the show coming up. Let's get to these birthdays. First birthday that I have saw is the founder of CNN, also on TBS, and was also the owner of the Atlanta Braves. Happy birthday to Mr. Ted Turner.
Indeed.
Yeah,
we have we have Michael Jordan's BFF.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Former receiver for the Minnesota Vikings. One of the greatest sportscasters that I ever seen. Also met in person as well. The great Ahmad Rashad's birthday is today.
Okay. One time for the legend, Ahmad Rashad. Great football player. Never gets rich on that, but great stuff.
We have Chicago native. Chicago Cubs jersey tucked in, just like MJ. You know what I'm saying? One half of PTI, Mr. Michael Wilbon's birthday is today.
Now you can breathe.
I can't believe y'all didn't believe that video with Michael Jordan when he was dunking in Jinkos from Free Throw Line. That's a real thing.
Yeah, seen it before.
Man. Former Philadelphia Philly. Former MVP, we have Mr. Ryan Howard with the birthday today.
Yeah, man.
No. Yeah, no. Yeah, see, because when he did, I knew he was. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you go ahead and cook because I know you're gonna. Yeah, see, go ahead. I say what you're
gonna. I'm letting him be great, fam. I'll just say, man, shout out to him and Joe Johnson's agents. That's all I'll say.
Oh yeah.
And I'll just keep it at that.
No, come on.
Nah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Nah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Trust me, because he's about to say something real crazy. That's why he froze. I knew he was gonna do.
All right, we got Marquise Goodwin turning 30 years old today.
I thought he was about to say Daniels.
We got singer.
Yeah. He waited to do this. Go ahead.
We got turning 42 years old. We have singer Lil Mo with the birthday today.
Go.
No, I damn.
He wasn't gonna say nothing. Dang.
Let's say damn. She 42.
Yeah. We have turning 87 years old. One of the all-time greats in the talk show world, Mr. Larry King.
Indeed.
Oh, man. Yeah, man. Look. Larry Moe, man, the legend. Yeah. There's a level to that, y'all. There's levels to this. And I think for all three of us, that will be a dream interview for all three of us in some sort of fashion.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Yeah. One of the greats, man. Also, shout out to all his movie cameos, too.
Yeah.
He has a lot of them. And last on the birthday list, turning 31 years old, we have rapper Tiger with the birthday.
How do you put him like? Hold on, did you troll us? So you mean to tell me you put him? Hold on, Bebo always ends with the best for last, and somehow he put Tiger last.
Get us out of here, fam.
Bro, he could have put Larry King. I would put Ryan Howard.
Anybody.
Bro, he said Tiger.
You could have even saved Ted Turner for last. This mother said Tiger.
He had that. He knew what he was doing.
Whoa.
Hey, man.
Bro,
I'm just announcing the birthdays how I see him.
I'm going to ask you, y'all got to keep it real, though. When y'all first heard Tiger, though, we all probably thought he was going to be something big, right?
No. Nah.
Damn. Because I just knew his cousin, Jared McCoy from, Gym Class Hero. I'm like, all right, man, this might be something good. And then, of course, boy, we need to do a story about the Young Money crew. All them Young Money rappers, Gutter, and
majority of them couldn't freaking rap. I mean, ain't no story to it. That and Birdman wasn't paying them. So, I mean,
yeah, that was it.
Story over.
The story.
The unauthorized, most sports talk version of the cash, of the YMCMB label. Birdman didn't pay him, half of them couldn't rap. And then Lil Twist took a beat for Justin Bieber. So, boom, that was the end of all of that.
We all got guilty pleasure music. I thought that mixtape was good. That first one they did, you know what I'm talking about. It was the first mixtape they did.
Yeah, the one with Bedrock and all that. Right. It had 4 solid songs on it.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. They all had the unique touch to it, and it was like after that.
And then after that, yeah.
Yeah, because I thought Jay Mills like that. Yeah, and plus everybody trying to hype up Jay Mills. I ain't heard Jay Mills rap since. No, because Jay Mills like a battle rapper, right? So like they thought Jay Mills like lyrically like one of the best rappers. I'm like, bro, Jay Mills. I ain't heard Jay Mills since.
Maybe we couldn't make that. Maybe we couldn't make that transition.
It didn't work for Cassidy.
Do a show then. Damn. All right. On that note.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here. Thanks for everybody for tuning in tonight. This episode will be up tomorrow. Go to our website, SportsTalkradio.com. Subscribe to our
Remember
YouTube channels.
I'm sorry. Remember when Cassie made that beat? When he made that beat? No, when he made that beat. Yeah, don't look away. When he made that beat, he thought it was clean. Bro, I like Cassie, go home, bro. Like Cassie.
Last time my song was on Wild and Out, that was it.
You know what rap just came in my head? I know I'm gonna let us leave on this note. But y'all remember when Corey Guns came out, we probably thought he was gonna be here for real. Like everybody thought Corey.
You gotta stop saying we, fam.
Yeah,
you are on your own with a lot of this that you talking about. We thought we was gonna be something. No.
Look where Corey Guns is now. I seen Corey Guns at one of these birthday parties I went to. Now look at him. He is the host of Cheaters. So that means that right there tells you that's Peter Gunn.
That's Peter Gunn.
That's Peter Gunn.
Yep. Let's go.
Okay,
let's go. Everybody messing up all around. Let's go.
I messed up the whole ending. All right,
let's go.
I'm done.
I say Corey Guns at Big T Bazaar. I was like,
recently? I hope not.
That might be the most random.
Why would any of the guns be at Big T Bazaar?
I mean,
one of them gonna be there because he the host of Cheetahs. Now that one I understand, but not the other one.
Bro, they gave him the ultimate cheater to go on Cheaters.
Yeah.
Bye.
And we're out. And we out. See y'all next episode. We are out.